Right now, the best thing that we can do and the best thing the community can do is help us locate Daniel Davenport.
Tonight, the manhunt for a Sarasota man wanted for murder, where he was caught on camera just yesterday.
And the death toll continues to increase less than a week after Hurricane Michael tore through the Gulf Coast. Your Suncoast News starts now.
You're watching ABC7 News at 6.
Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis.
And I'm Jacqueline Matter. Thanks for joining us. Tonight, deputies say a Sarasota man wanted for murder is still on the run.
New details just released by the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office show 31-year-old Daniel Davenport on surveillance cameras in Orlando yesterday. He's accused of the murder of 55-year-old Sergio Hostens. ABC7's Taylor Torregano has the latest on the investigation from the suspect's home.
Good evening. Neighbors tell me the last time they saw Daniel Davenport was right here at his home on Amherst Avenue. And though they were shocked to hear that he had murdered a man, they also added that something was always a little bit off with him.
He knows right now that we are looking for him.
A statewide hunt continues for this Sarasota man wanted for murder. Deputies say they are confident 31-year-old Daniel Davenport is responsible for killing his associate, 55-year-old Sergio Hostens. His body was found in Naples last Tuesday by two men working for a home renovation company.
And that's unbelievable. Unbelievable. I'm really totally shocked by that. I'm not surprised, but it's just shocking just because I knew him. The guy worked in my house for weeks. I mean,
Gavin Riley says when he needed upgrades to his condo, their maintenance man recommended Davenport. He did the job well, but Riley adds there were some things about his neighbor that he wasn't quite comfortable with.
I know he has some crazy stuff going on, always drinking and driving and this and that. And
the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office says Davenport is no stranger to the law. He's been arrested 8 times.
Due to the heinous nature of this crime, we really need all hands on deck.
This screen grab from surveillance video puts the suspect in Orlando yesterday, driving Sergio Hostens' car. It's a green Subaru Forester with the license plate IE801K.
We certainly need help from the public in this case because he's moving around, he's in different vehicles, he's in different locations, using different cellular phones and things like that. So we need as much help as we can to really corner him, find out where he is, and get him behind bars for public safety.
Now, deputies say this man is still on the run and they need your help finding him. So remain vigilant, and if you see him, call 911 or Crime Stoppers at the number on your screen. I'm reporting from Fairway Oaks Condos, Taylor Torregano, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Taylor, thank you. A Northport woman is behind bars accused of trying to drown her 3-year-old daughter. Back in July, police say 25-year-old Claudia Gonzalez Garcia left the little girl with her ex-husband and moved to Texas. While there, police say Gonzalez Garcia told a friend she tried to drown her child while she was bathing her. She returned to Northport earlier this month. Police then interviewed her ex-husband, who also stated she told him she thought of hurting the child. Gonzalez Garcia is now charged with aggravated child abuse.
Something that the mom has to serve time for, or maybe just get some help, get some mental help for this situation. At the end of the day, making sure that that child is okay is our #1 priority, and we're confident that that's happened.
Reports of looting are increasing in Panama City less than a week after Hurricane Michael tore that city apart. Communication is limited, at times non-existent. And as you can see in these images, power lines are still lying across roadways, and there's no running water, leaving those who live in Panama City desperate. Last night, a suspected looter involved in a fatal shooting after law enforcement say he tried to steal a state fire marshal's car.
I look back, I see the officer at the passenger side. I don't believe the door was open yet. I believe he had both hands like this, and I get about 3 more foot inside and I hear the shot.
Parts of Panama City are still under a strict curfew from dusk until dawn. No one is allowed out on the roads. Police say those caught violating that order could be ticketed.
New numbers from state officials confirm 16 deaths now in Florida because of Hurricane Michael. That brings the overall death toll to 26. That's including Virginia and North Carolina. Officials say 12 of the deaths happened in Bay County, the seaside county which took a direct hit from the storm. Today, Florida Senator Marco Rubio says the death toll could continue to rise.
This is a disaster. I mean, that's why they call it that. It's going to take a long time. You're talking about rebuilding the electric grid. You're talking about areas inland quite frankly, that in many cases are quite isolated.
FEMA is reporting that nearly 43,000 Floridians have already registered for help, and more than $3 million have been distributed to families across the state.
Well, let's check in now with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. And Bob, quite the hot day out there today.
Yeah, just getting a look at those images too is amazing. The video I've seen on social media and on our newscasts here, just devastation. Reminds me a lot of Andrew in terms of the pure destruction as far as the winds go. This one was a little bit more intense in the widespread storm surge that occurred with it too. And a majority of those deaths more than likely attributed to that storm surge. And that's always an issue. But really also a big problem now is the cleanup. And we're finding out that more and more people are getting hurt and injured and even killed after the storm's winds have moved through just due to the cleanup. And hopefully things improve, but it's not going to be weeks. It's going to be months before everything's back to normal there. It is hot. We had high temperatures today, near record-breaking. Lots of sunshine out there, a few clouds around. And the current conditions, we have sunshine and 87 degrees. Feels like 97, and the humidity now at 69%. Winds are out of the west-northwest at 7, so we do have a little sea breeze that has just started to kick in at the airport. There's not much to it, though. You'll see winds generally out of the east at Lakewood Ranch, Bradenton, Ellington, Lumbo Key out of the west, Siesta Key also very light at 2 miles an hour. And basically in Northport, we got an east wind at 9. So there's a chance for an isolated shower, but not enough to cool us down. We'll let you know about some cooler weather that may be moving in coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, Bob, thank you. Happening in Florida, a missing teen from Wisconsin may have been seen in Miami. Jamie Kloss is missing and believed to be in danger after her parents were found murdered in their Wisconsin home. Investigators are now trying to figure out not only where Jamie is, but what led to her parents' deaths. Police have been looking for her since early yesterday. Miami police say a witness reported seeing a girl fitting Jamie's description in a black Ford Explorer with 2 well-dressed, bearded men at a gas station yesterday afternoon.
13 Daytona men are now behind bars, caught in what deputies are calling a sex sting. Take a look at this video of one of the arrests posted online by the Volusia County Sheriff's Office.
You're under arrest. For what? Traveling to meet a minor for sex.
Investigators say the men were chatting online with detectives who they thought were children. The sting began Wednesday and ended early Sunday. Detectives say they chatted with more than 50 people, 7 of whom met with them at gas stations in Daytona Beach and Deltona. The suspects range in age from 22 to 49. Still ahead on your Suncoast News tonight, Sarasota City Commissioners voting to tear down a city landmark.
Why local business owners are crediting Suncoast residents for keeping them afloat during the red tide outbreak.
Teachers inspire our children and promote a lifetime of learning. So ABC7 and Gettle Automotive wants to honor these chalkboard champions by giving them the chance to win $500. But we need your help. Go to mysuncoast.com/chalkboardchampions to nominate an outstanding teacher who's really making a difference. And each month we'll deliver $500 to 1 teacher in Sarasota County and 1 in Manatee County. Go to mysuncoast.com and nominate your chalkboard champion today.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Blue 32, Blue 32, hot, hot. It's the Gettle Gridiron Challenge. The game's on to sell 2,000 vehicles. 12 teams compete for the #1 spot. Score a great deal at every Gettle dealership. Buy with 0 down. Make no payments for 90 days. Choose from 14 of your favorite brands, all on sale. Who will make it to the end zone? You decide. Rush to a Gettle location near you or visit Gettle.com.
Gettle's got it.
Rugs as Art. You know the name, you know the building, but do you know what's inside? Yes, Rugs as Art is Florida's #1 area rug superstore. But there is so much more. Amazing furniture, accessories, and art. All this and more. Come see for yourself. You'll love our personal touch and be pleasantly surprised by our affordable prices. Rugs as Art and more. There is so much more to explore.
want a Maserati, but you need an SUV. Why not have both? Levante, the Maserati of SUVs.
Experience it at Sunset Maserati Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
A policeman stopped.
Yeah, it was the lady parked next to me.
I called my wife.
My dad got up in the middle of the night.
My neighbor helped me out.
I called a tow truck.
Anyone can jumpstart your car, but for replacing a dead battery and installing it for free, there's no one like Batteries Plus bulbs.
I'll install it myself.
I'd like you to do it.
Visit batteriesplus.com for a store near you.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Every child follows a path in life. For many, that path will lead them to a door that gives them a place to grow, to learn, to belong, a place to forge their future. Because while many doors open, these doors transform. They did for us. Support your local boys and girls clubs. Great futures start here.
Some people in Sarasota are fighting back against the city's decision to demolish the empty Gee Whiz building as part of the Bay Sarasota project.
City leaders approved that demolition to add more green park space to that bayfront plan, but opponents say a piece of Sarasota history is being erased. ABC7's Jackie Kelly is live at the site. And Jackie, why are people so attached to that building?
Scott, Jacqueline, it's the architecture of the building that people are trying to save. They say that this building is recognized all over the country, so they don't understand why it can't be repurposed.
You don't build a city by making everything new. You need a history. You need a legacy to build on. And this is a significant building.
Local architect planner Carl Abbott is among the concerned citizens of Sarasota Group, who believes the Gee Whiz should not be demolished as part of the Bayfront 2020 project. Sarasota Bayfront Planning Organization expects Phase 1 of the project to begin construction in 2019.
Roundabout and overpass from over US 41, about a 3-acre upland park, and then a pier over the water. And it includes mostly open space, will also include a small sort of concession area.
However, the developers say based on the city's own climate adaptation plan, both the Gee Whiz and the Van Wezel are at-risk buildings that should be moved to a higher ground. And because of this, the developer says they don't think they can save both.
We could not think of a way where we could both repurpose the Van Wezel and repurpose the Gee Whiz and provide access in an open and green park the way the community asked us to do that.
But Abbott says if it's green space that they want, there's no need to tear down the Gee Whiz to get that.
There are 50 some odd acres over there. It's going to be a gigantic park. It's too big a park.
City Commissioner Hagan Brody, who voted to tear down the Gee Whiz, says that this is what the community wants based on a recent survey.
Talked to literally thousands and thousands of people about what the priorities are. And preserving this building just simply wasn't one of them.
But Abbott argues that the survey never asked people if they wanted the Gee Whiz torn down. The Concerned Citizens of Sarasota Group says that they want the city to hire a professional to do a walkthrough study to see if it can be repurposed. That group also has offered to help pay for some of the costs. Reporting live in Sarasota, Jackie Kelly, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
All right, Jackie, thank you. Of course, it's going to take 10, 15, maybe 20 years, to finish that project. So.
I remember when it was the Selby Library. You were there all the time back in the mid to late 80s. We are looking at some hot temperatures. Where's fall, right? Everyone's asking that. They want some cooler temperatures. We'll probably end up going from summer right to winter without any little break there. But for the trick-or-treaters, it could be pretty cool. In fact, there's a cold front that's coming down. It looks like the end of this month or near it that's going to bring high temperatures into the 70s as opposed to the 80s, and feels like temperatures in the 90s like we saw today, and actually warmed at low 90s today. Holmes Beach webcam showing beachgoers. That's what we like to see instead of dead fish and nasty red tide washing ashore. Things are improving out there too, getting a lot of reports social media that people are out boating, fishing, and all sorts of good things. So that's a good sign. We'll have to keep our fingers crossed, obviously. Things can happen quickly with that red tide, but we've had that east wind for the past couple of days, which has been good as a result of high pressure, which is situated just offshore of Florida. That provides us with an east to southeasterly wind, but it also kind of holds off these frontal boundaries that you see right there. This is a cold front. It is making some progress to the south, but boy, behind it, some really cooler temperatures in Dallas in the 40s right now. But the front is sagging southward. Eventually, it gets a little push on Thursday, and we get a little front coming in from the north and east, and that's called a backdoor cold front. Typically, our fronts come in from the northwest and push on through and usher in some pretty cold air. But this one's going to cool us down just a little bit for the weekend. Right now, no rainfall to speak of around here. A few showers on the east coast with a little west coast breeze developing. We may see some late night showers popping up, more so to our south, and then enter into the Gulf of Mexico. It's going to be warm at 11 o'clock, still 80 degrees. As far as the futurecast goes, I mentioned a few spotty showers are possible, not much. Most of the activity out in the Gulf of Mexico. We could see another lightning show off there in the Gulf later on tonight. And then tomorrow, a slight chance for showers, a little bit better on into Thursday. So the forecast tomorrow, highs near 90, heat index up near 100. And we'll see that as early as noon tomorrow with temperatures into the upper 80s. Dry air in place right now. It's going to thin out a little bit on throughout the day on Wednesday and then do more so on Thursday. And another secondary front is making its way through the northern plains and into the Great Lakes. Well, this system was posing a threat, but now that it's over land, it's not a big concern to the National Hurricane Center. It is a concern, though, to Honduras as well as Belize and Nicaragua. They're going to see dangerous, life-threatening mudslides there due to the increased moisture. Eventually, it works off into the Pacific and has a chance of becoming a tropical system there. Not so much here. The chances of it developing now down to 0%. That's where we like to see it. The season not over yet, though. We still have a month and a week or so to go before the official in 2 weeks. This low pressure area, again, most of the models track it off into the Pacific, where there's a chance it could redevelop out there. Now 87 degrees, that feels like temperature at 97. The high today was close to record breaking, 91, just 2 degrees shy of the record. And as far as the satellite imagery goes, you can see that rainfall there in Texas where flooding problems exist throughout this region. There are flood watches and advisories in effect. Look at these cool temperatures, 59 in Dallas, 50 in Memphis, 58 in Chicago. So here it is for boating tomorrow. Winds will be out of the east to start things off at around 10 knots and seas running 1 to 2 feet with a light chop out there. As far as the forecast goes for the next 7 days, the chance for some showers tomorrow, not much, just a little bit, 30% chance for late day showers. Better on Thursday, late in the afternoon and evening, and 20% chance on Friday and Saturday. And it looks as though we will see a chance for good weather for an event that's taking place for Siesta Key. Tip from the heart. They got some big deals going on out there. You want to visit Siesta Key, and it helps the bartenders and the wait staff out there who've been battling with such a terrible, terrible red tide. So help them out. A lot of specials going on from 5 to 10 on Siesta Key. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. State agencies and home builder groups are all warning Floridians hit by Hurricane Michael to be very careful when selecting someone to do home repairs. All contractors working in Florida are required to be registered with the State Department of Business and Professional Regulation. However, unlicensed contractors and scam artists often try to take advantage of consumers following a disaster like this. Many crooked contractors have little to no insurance and will ask for payment up front and pressure homeowners into quickly signing a contract on the spot.
All too often what happens, people will say, oh, this is a cheaper alternative. But that alternative often comes at a risk. If you're not licensed, you can't go after them.
People should always read any paperwork they're signing before repairs begin, and potential fraud can be reported by calling the state's anti-fraud hotline at 1-877-MY-FLCFO. Now, to check the license of any contractor in the state, visit myfloridalicense.com.
Many businesses are still dealing with the red tide's financial impact, as Bob mentioned, so they're looking to locals to stay afloat. We spoke with the owner of one business which opened just weeks before the red tide bloom reached Manatee County. She says the bar had a 90% drop in daytime sales after the bloom hit, and says many neighboring businesses depend on local customers to continue operation.
The cooks could have more hours on the schedule and employees could be making more tips.
Manatee County is still trying to get more customers to visit Anna Maria Island, so restaurants are offering specials at many restaurants throughout the month. We have details on those deals on our website, mysuncoast.com.
And a reminder, ABC7 will be hosting the must-watch debate of the season, the race for the 16th congressional district seat. Both candidates, Republican Vern Buchanan and Democrat David Shapiro, will face off in their one and only debate Tuesday, October 23rd, a week from tonight at the Trapezoid, only here on ABC7. If you'd like to submit questions, you can send them to Alan Cohn at Alan M. Cohn on Twitter.
Stay with us. When we come back, we'll have a sneak preview of an award-winning show that's coming right here to Sarasota.
Tonight, the midterm countdown is on. What races could change the balance of power on Capitol Hill? The issues driving voters to the polls. This pivotal test for President Trump is just 3 weeks away. World News Tonight with David Muir, America's most watched newscast.
Christmas Traditions by LuxArt Silks, where more is merrier. Make your holidays sparkle with style. Browse our amazing showroom, cute collectible cottages, and beautiful Christmas displays. Find the inspiration, selection, and quality you need to deck the halls merry and bright. Christmas Traditions also features the area's largest selection of quality pre-lit Christmas trees, every size, shape, and color, and plenty of decorations to make your home shine for the holidays. Christmas Traditions by LuxArt Silks, where more is merrier. Visit us on New 301, just a quarter-mile north of University Parkway.
During the past 10 years, Tidewell Hospice volunteers have provided more than 1 million hours of service. They sit with patients, giving caregivers a break. They work in offices. They take their furry friends on pet therapy visits. They even clown around. Every task performed by a volunteer makes a difference in the lives of our patients and their families. Join Tidewell's volunteer team. They're truly 1 in a million. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Our overall experience working with California Closets was phenomenal.
Calm, reassuring.
Through happenstance, we ended up paired with our designer, Jen. She was someone who not only was patient, someone who was professional. She's become extended family.
She had great insight to help direct me towards those things that could make our dreams come true.
We are the Greens, and this is our California Closets story.
If you don't want to fall immediately into love, look away. If you don't want to awaken a desire for excellence, look away. If you don't want to be seduced, please look away.
Rediscover your passion for driving at Sunset Maserati Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for with these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
ABC7 is the most watched, most trusted news source on the Suncoast, and we owe it all to you, our loyal viewers. Thank you for making us #1. Watch Suncoast View weekdays at 9 a.m. on ABC7.
The Tony Award-winning musical The Music Man is coming to Sarasota. The musical will kick off Oslo Rep's 60th season. Today, the cast and creative crews are in Sarasota, including Tony-nominated Jeff Calhoun, who is directing the show. It premieres November 13th through the end of December. Sounds like a great show, just one of many that will be here for season.
Yeah.
Yep.
The season is starting out.
I sing a lot of those songs sometimes. So you guys got to tune in for my Facebook Live.
Yep.
Yeah. 76 trombones.
Oh, we hear them.
We are looking at some nice weather overnight. A few showers. Temperatures will stay warm again, hot tomorrow.
World News Tonight with David Muir is coming up next.
We'll see you again at 7 and 11. Have a good night.